Bad Nerves.
Yes.
How are
yes.
you guys?
Yes, very good.
Yeah, feeling good. We just played, so now we can relax.
What's it like being on stage after, 2 years maybe?
It's great. I mean, it's a bit sort of, you get a little bit sort of anxious, I guess, but once you're on there, you kind of,
You know what it is. It's like before you kind of take a lot of these things for granted, and then just going on stage, just then you just think like, let's just give it our all and just enjoy every moment. You know, after the year that everyone's had, or year and a half, you know, you'd be an idiot to not enjoy it, wouldn't you?
Well, that's it.
You just got to be grateful.
even if it all goes wrong, it doesn't matter. It's just fun to be back on stage, like, and playing for people who seem to really love it, which is great, you know. So yeah, it was great.
Good. And off to Leeds.
Leeds, yes.
Yeah. Are you hoping to catch any bands while you're on the?
Well, there were. I mean, I did an interview for Discovered magazine, I think it was, and I was talking about. There's a band called Punk Band who are playing, I think, first on the Lock-Up stage, and they're like really, really cool, like angry, sort of. Well, they're called Punk Band, you know, and Nothing But Thieves. They're like good friends of ours. They're a great band. We went and watched a bit of them. Don Broco, who play one of like good mates of them.
Wargasm.
There's quite a few bands here that are like really, you know, good bands, you know, but it's kind of difficult to catch them all. It's kind of, you know, there's so many playing, like.
and normally we've got to leave, like just when we first finished playing, we've got to leave straight away, so then we get to see many bands.
That's the problem. It's like you sort of, by the time you've come off stage and sorted your stuff out, you sort of you realise that you've missed like 2 or 3 bands that you wanted to watch. But I wanted to watch Queens of Stone Age, but I'm not sure if they were. They're not now.
I actually don't know who's playing. I've got no idea.
There's a poster up there.
Hold on. We fit a bit of it in.
Who's Liam Gallagher?
Wolf Alice, I like Wolf Alice. I've never listened to their first album, but their second album was wicked. There's a trick question really, because we don't tend to look at the lineup. But yeah, go on.
Do what some fans do and just wander and see what takes their fancy.
We had a wander. Nothing But Thieves, sports team, I wouldn't mind. Mind you, they're not even, when are they playing? What day is that? They're done. So see what I mean? I missed them. But yeah, no, there's loads of acts playing, man. You can't keep up with it all. But Stormzy, everyone's going on that stuff. I've seen quite a few Stormzy football t-shirts.
I'll be owned by
how little I knew about this festival. I honestly didn't realise all these people were playing.
No, it's a very diverse lineup.
And you think it's a rock festival, and then you start working out, hang on.
This ain't no rock festival. No, it's a good festival. There's a lot of good bands playing. It's just hard to catch.
I've been coming here since I was a little kid, you know, so to go and play it is always exciting, and it's just the vibe, isn't it? You know, and the fact that they were allowed to do it this year is just the best thing ever. So.
Yeah. It's Reading Festival, isn't it? You know, it's like it's solid as a rock, isn't it? It's like it's a classic.
I think, what's it like for you guys to be able to play your debut album live?
Well, we're doing it for quite a while before this game.
to be honest, we never thought the album was going to come out, so it's even better now.
Exactly. No, it's like it's nice to be playing, and there's so many new people that have heard it, because obviously it came out in lockdown, and you don't know how many people you've reached in that time. Like, I mean, since we got locked down, since the last gig we played before lockdown, which was February 21st. 2020. Yeah. Well, it's actually 569 days to be precise. So me. But like, it's nice to see, you know, new people who we haven't, sort of new faces who've clearly heard the album and really liked it. You know.
Mind blow, isn't it? We were walking through the crowd a minute ago, and like some like younger people come up and were like, "Oh my god, we're like massive fans." They're like, "You sure you got the right band?" Like,
yeah, we're sort of thinking, we're not the Kooks. You realise the Kooks aren't playing. You know that. But yeah, no, I've forgotten the question now, but. Reading's great.
But since your debut album came out, even in lockdown, I'm sure you've written another 2-3 albums since.
Two actually is bang on. Oh, two. I thought you meant 2 songs. No, we've like it was one of those things. I think when it first all happened, it was kind of like I don't think anybody was expecting it to go on for this long. So it was kind of. At first, we weren't writing that much, but in the last 10 months, it's kind of.
Quite a lot more songs.
Yeah, there's loads of demos. There's loads of demos kicking around. But it's one of those things, you know, when you do that first album.
Best of Bad Nerves coming.
It would be the first album again. That was the best. There's going to be no more. But no, it's one of those things I find like having done the first album and you know, people seem to quite like it, which is great, obviously. But it's kind of weird when you're writing the second one because you're thinking you don't want to drop the quality. You know, the thing is, the first one was like it took a long while. You know, like we'd written like probably half of the first album like straight away, but
and I think if we brought out another album and we slowed down in any way, people would just be like, "Well, you've lost it."
I've been writing loads of piano ballads and it's like that ain't going on the album. But no, yeah, we've got a bunch of songs and I think we're going to hopefully drop a new single. Hopefully with.
To be out before this.
Yeah, it was meant to be, but you know, things happen. Yeah, things happen. But yeah, hopefully drop a couple of new tracks in the next month or so, and then and then start putting this second album together. But as I say, it's just like you want it to be as good, if not better. It's weird though, because you don't want to do a replica first album, you know, like, but you still want the people who love the first album to like the second album. So it's a
tightrope, isn't it? You got to walk with that, like.
Exactly. You don't think about it when you're doing the first one. The second one, you start thinking about it. It's a bit of a weird thing.
I really think many people would hear the first one. So like,
exactly.
Now it's like, oh right, we actually got to do something.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, it's cool though. We're excited to do it. But
yeah, and I bet you can't be out waiting to be out on the road on a tour.
Oh god.
It's yeah. You sort of, like we were saying earlier, you take it for granted a bit, like, and then when you start playing gigs again, you realise that, you know, without this, it's like what's your purpose?
Like last year, we were going out to Europe, and like every weekend, we're like, oh yeah, we're playing out here, it's so great, and then bang, it all stopped. Yeah. And it's like now I'll literally play down the road for nothing.
That's the thing. You don't realise what you're missing, and then it all gets taken away from you, and you're like, wow.
Appreciate every second.
Well, nothing but
exactly.
they'll do a pub in Grimsby if they ask.
Totally.
We'd do it if the pub asked us.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's good. It's good to be back. You know, it's good to be playing again, and just hope that it continues. Really. Yeah.
Guys,
it's been wonderful.
chat.
Yeah.